Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to theCUBE's live coverage of Fal.Con 2025 here at the MGM Grand. I'm your host, Rebecca Knight, alongside Dave Vellante, my co-host and analyst. I would like to welcome Jennifer J.J. Johnson, the CMO of Crowdstrike, to the show. Welcome back, Jennifer.
Thank you. It is great to have you both here with us and 8,000 of our closest friends this week.
Well, so let's talk about that. 8,000 people, 65 countries represented, your fastest sellout ever.
Yep.
It's incredible. What is driving this momentum in your mind, JJ?
Well, and thank you for acknowledging that. You know, there's other, other industry conferences that are, I think, maybe fighting a little bit more for relevance, and a lot of other vendors have stopped doing their user conferences, and ours just continues to grow. And I think, as you'll see behind us, this is really the first year where, this is transcended our user conference. I mean, look at everything behind us, right? This is now an industry conference. And I think that, number one, it speaks to the power of our ecosystem, right? And everyone coming together and integrating with CrowdStrike and building on top of CrowdStrike, and that is the definition of a platform, and our ecosystem is, we're nothing without our ecosystem. It speaks to the strength of our brand. I mean, we are blessed. We have great leaders, we have great technology, we have amazing customers, amazing ecosystem partners. All of that together is, and we do pretty cool marketing, I have to say. I'm actually I'm really proud of the work that we do. But as we know, the brand is so much more than creative, right? But I think we've done a really good job of, as Fal.Con has grown, this is my third Fal.Con as CMO, and watching it grow, I think we're doing a really good job continuing to keep that community feel. And as it gets bigger, that's going to be something that we're going to make sure that we do keep that community feel, and people want to keep coming back. Like, there's something here for everyone, and I think that's part of the allure.
And you're going to Barcelona next with this, so talk about the decision to go global, and also, can I get an invitation?
Oh, absolutely. I think I know some people that can get you an invite. We will be in Barcelona the first week of November, the 4th to the 6th. It will be our second Fal.Con in Europe. And not to give a spoiler alert, but we're probably going to announce that we're sold out at Fal.Con Europe here very, very soon.
Really?
So
are you at the Fiera? Are you at the Fiera?
Yes. Yes, it's our first time being in Barcelona. So we were in Amsterdam last year. And so this is exciting for us. So as we continue to grow out globally, and obviously we're a global company, we have a global customer base, people love coming here, but a lot of our international customers, and not just in Europe, but in Asia Pacific, in Japan, in Meta, it's easier for them to get to Europe, and they want to go and be a part of it there, and it's bringing all of our innovations and our message and all of the things that we talked about this week with our platform out, and with our ecosystem partners in Europe.
That said, there's a real international audience here this week, especially from Latin America. I've met a number of customers there, and despite the broad ecosystem momentum, a lot of customers here. I mean, it's mostly customers, which is awesome, and I guess that attracts, that's the flywheel, attracts these.
Right.
It's like, to me, it's like the AWS of security.
Yes.
With the ecosystem, and there are a lot of similarities, and now you've got that flywheel going, and so it attracts a lot of people. And
absolutely.
So,
and the AWS of cybersecurity is a great one. The Dreamforce of cybersecurity is a great one. I remember when I was in San Francisco after Dreamforce, you would see people with their backpacks and all of their cool swag that they got, and people had to have a sense of pride, being associated with Dreamforce. It's the same thing here, right? Our swag store, I don't know if you've seen it. I didn't even look today, but in the first day, I think we had sold more than $40,000, and as of yesterday, at midday, we had sold over 70, so I wouldn't be surprised if we're over $100,000 in swag sales. I mean, that also speaks to the power of the brand, that people want to be associated with us. I take a lot of pride in that, so.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well, so, I wonder if you could, you're happy with your marketing, and I'd be interested in understanding how you adapted to this sort of new AI era. I wrote a piece. I didn't like the title. I called it a pivot. It's really not a pivot. It's really a line extension, and I said that in the piece. But sometimes I like to be controversial. But at any rate, from a marketing standpoint, how did you extend that brand without diluting the core of the platform?
Yeah. Are you talking about it from our platform messaging, or how we've embedded it in our marketing organization?
The former.
Okay, so our platform. And so if you think about our platform, I mean, it was architected from the beginning to take advantage of the cloud, right? So when we say we pioneered cybersecurity and we reinvented cybersecurity for the cloud era, we have purpose-built a platform that was able to take advantage of the scale and the scope and all of the machine learning and everything that we would say we've been doing AI since the beginning of the Fal.Con platform, really. And so this is really what we announced over this week and Mike's keynote this morning, which talks about the evolution of the platform. It's all about being able to now take advantage of AI and everything that, all of the changes and the innovations and all of the data we talked about, our Onum acquisition and being able to actually harness all that data. And of course now, there's kind of a couple pieces to it. The first is having that data, and that moat that's AI ready, and you can take advantage of all of that. Our graphing technology, which has been core to our platform. Now we've built the enterprise graph, which is able to actually, it abstracts all the complexity, so as new AI innovations, new large language models are coming in, the platform will already be ready. There's no customization, there's no work, there's no latency, and everything, as we know, staying ahead of the adversaries about speed. And then of course, building your agent workforce. That's one of the things I'm most excited about is, we talk about Charlotte and Charlotte AI as our brain of our agentic SOC. Now we have the ability, we're bringing out new agents. Now our customers and our partners will have the ability to build new agents. So I think it's really cool. We're seeing this, this human and agent workforce that's going to come together to fight the adversary, which I just think is so cool.
Now, on the latter point of how you've adjusted your marketing organization, how are you using agents in your marketing, and how are you managing them? I mean, you're managing agents and humans now.
Yes, it's very fascinating. So every team in marketing has an agent as part of their team, right? And so it's looking at what are the highest impact areas that you can automate for productivity. That's kind of the first level of maturity, is how can you find automation through agents to help drive productivity and automate some of these tasks. And now, if you actually think about the marketing org chart, every marketing team will have at least one, or in the future, a group of agents, just like we have people. And you still need people, just like we talked about today in cybersecurity, the same applies for marketing, is you still need people to manage the agent, care and feed the agent. For us, it's all about, a lot of it is about content, like making sure that you're putting the right input in to get the right input out, or the right output out of it on the other side. And you still need humans to do the reasoning and the judgment, just like we talked about, in George's keynote around agentic security and security AGI. You're still going to need human beings to do that judgment, that reasoning, building trust. I mean, we're in cybersecurity, it's an industry built on trust. So you can't completely give that to the agent, so the same applies to marketing. I would assume the same would apply no matter what function that you're in a company.
And it's driving the productivity, but also removing the tedious tasks. I was interviewing an MIT professor who said that boredom is the repetitive stress the repetitive stress injury of knowledge work.
Yep.
And that's absolutely true. So when you can remove that. Yeah. So as you've said, the theme of this year's conference is AI, the AI era of cybersecurity. From a marketing perspective, how do you cut through the noise? How do you think about making CrowdStrike's story stand out?
Absolutely. So I think it's always about being really focused on the problem that you're solving. And for us, it's really always about the adversary. You don't have a malware problem, you have an adversary problem, right? And that will still hold true for the test of time. And I think that's been a big part of our differentiation is not just how we build the platform around taking an adversary-first point of view, but now even looking at how we're evolving the platform into AI. Listening to Adam talk today about the agentic threat intelligence and making the threat hunters now agentic. It's just, AI becomes a force multiplier for everything that we always do. But I think part of what we've done really well as a company and a brand in our storytelling is making sure that we are laser focused on stopping the adversary. Stopping the breach requires stopping the adversary, and that's part of how we do cut above the noise. I think having a really innovative brand that people, it's an emotional connection people want to be associated with, like we talked about earlier. I think that you can't really put a price tag on that, but it's absolutely part of the magic, and just always being innovative. I mean, we're arguably, I'd say, the most innovative cybersecurity company on the planet, so we want to be the most innovative marketing team on the planet, and that's how we go to market.
And the things that you do, like Adversary Underground, I attended last year, I wasn't able to go this year, but it's really a deep dive into how the adversary is thinking, what their new tactics are, and it's this community that then bubbles up into your marketing, into the bad guys that you have all over the place here. It's actually quite clever the way you connect that. I I don't know if it's by design or it just sort of happened organically, or maybe it's a little bit of top down and bottom up.
Everything's always by design. But no, I mean, it is, of course our technology is innovative and people want to come here and learn about the technology, of course, but the technology is the solution. The adversary is who we're all fighting, and this is one of the things that we have all of this breadth and depth of intelligence on the adversary, and this is a big moment where people can come and learn and hear those stories and the adversary underground. Have you had Adam on theCUBE
yet?
Yeah,
already? I'm sure. Okay,
Yes.
and so he's a wealth of storytelling, and he puts his Adam Myers spin on it. Of course, his very humorous spin, and so people love to hear him talk. But really, I mean, it is about like we are subject matter experts on the adversaries' behaviors, their TTPs, and so we can help organizations better understand the problem and the scope of the problem, and then of course how to solve the problem with the platform.
But you've also brought them to life, with these physical animations, and which is quite amazing, because I always used to ask people in cybersecurity, who was your favorite superhero growing up? And then you've brought the bad guy to life, and we can all relate to that, right?
Every story is good versus evil at its core, right? It's
For sure.
The hero's journey.
Time. Absolutely. And the evolution of our adversary, it was such a brilliant move to put a face and a name and a persona behind the adversary. And as they've evolved, we were actually having a conversation earlier about, our adversaries have evolved in their look and feel, and we did want to make them look more sinister, because they were looking, some of them were looking a little too warm and fuzzy and nice, and they're anything but nice.
Right.
And so there's always been this conversation about, are we glorifying the adversary by, giving them a face and a name and making figurines and, but at the end of the day, it's helping people connect to the problem that we are collectively fighting. And our collective mission as cybersecurity, which is stopping breaches and stopping the adversary, I think all this does is galvanizes this whole community around fighting the bad guy.
You have 110 partners at this event, AWS, Google Cloud, Okta, Zscaler. How do you think about balancing showcasing Crowdstrike and strutting your stuff, while also really emphasizing that it is a team sport, and we do need collaboration here if we are going to win against the adversary?
Absolutely. I mean, look, you can't go it alone. Like you said, cybersecurity is a team sport. I think the show floor actually articulates that, how we approach it pretty well. I mean, our booth is obviously in the middle, but we've made sure that everything around it is all about our ecosystem, and everybody's here not just talking about their own solutions, but how they are partnering with us, integrating with us, building on top of the Fal.Con platform. And so it's just helping to show how all of these different tools, and we all know that cybersecurity, there's many tools, this is just a subset of the ecosystem that exists in cybersecurity. So if it's going to help our customers, our joint customers, make better technology decisions and help educate them on how to actually bring our solutions together to stop breaches and stop adversaries faster, that's the goal.
So the marketing always leads the adoption. What do you hope to be able to say a year or 2 years from now that you're marketing today and you want to see adopted tomorrow?
That when you think of agentic security, that you think of CrowdStrike. No ifs, ands, or buts.
I love the simple but powerful messaging that you guys put up on all your billboards, and it's good, it's solid.
We Stop Breaches is 3 simple but very clear and galvanizing words that started with the beginning of this company, and they mean as much as they ever did since day one.
And it's bold North Star.
Yeah.
Well, JJ, a pleasure having you on, as always. We are
you.
looking forward to CrowdStrike 2026.
Absolutely, and we'll get you your pass to Europe.
Yeah,
We'll see
good
you
luck
in
in
Europe.
Europe.
We'll see you in
That's
Barcelona.
super exciting, yeah.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank
Excellent.
you. Appreciate it.
I'm Rebecca Knight for Dave Vellante. Stay tuned for more of theCUBE's live coverage of Fal.Con 2025. You're watching theCUBE, the leader in enterprise tech news and analysis.